Day of wrath? Whose wrath? Here it's the wrath of Christ, and he seems wrathful indeed. The cross signals power that crushes us. Not by the mercy or love of Christ can we be saved, but by his blood.
Jeg kommer fra en mand, der fik en from død.
We know the dead man was pious because his last act was to torture and burn a witch. He acted for Christ. But those we now call saints may very well be devils, and their light may very well be darkness. So is it Christ's wrath that strikes Laurentius dead for his perversion of Jesus, and Absalom too? Or is it maybe the witch's wrath? Her last Martha is burnt for selling medicinal herbs.
Bare det nu må hjælpe. Det gør det nok. Det er urter fra Gallagher. Det er da mærkeligt, at det kan have sådan en kraft. Der er kraft i det onde.
And within a day her curse kills Laurentius and Absalom.
Det husker jeg ikke. Men jeg vil jeg huske.
Her curse sends Anne to the stake.
Hvad siger I? Skal jeg brændes? Så skal hun da også.
And her curse destroys Martin and Maretta. So is it her wrath?
Jeg skal nok få ret på jer.
Such is our horror movie's plot, and no one in it doubts mortals possess such power. Nor did Dreyer. We dwell also in an overworld, Dreyer insisted, a fifth dimension science will establish one day. We can even raise the dead.
Inger. I Jesu Kristi navn byder jeg dig. Stå op.
We can. Dreyer said, a director must believe in the truth of his subject. He must believe in vampires and miracles. So maybe it's Anne's wrath that kills Absalom. She's a witch too, isn't she?
Jeg ønsker, at der er sådan dødes.
But doesn't Absalom engineer his own destruction through his own tragic flaw? Not his burning a witch. Everyone applauds that, just like today. But his arrogance. It's his own shock that kills him. His realization that he failed God by not burning a witch.
Jeg har syndet. Syndet mod Gud. Jeg har løjet for ham.
That he snatched Anne in payment against her will.
Jamen elskede jeg dig.
Det er underligt. Det har jeg aldrig tænkt på.
That she and his son made love.
Martin og du.
Ja.
The characters destroy themselves and each other. The blackness and the storm seem manifestations of their emotions, like the humming grass.
Det er græsset, der nynner.
Hvad mener du?
En sang om os to.
And the trees. Yet aren't the characters equally spooked by the blackness, the storm, the trees? Just as the characters are biologically linked, so too are people and nature. Anne, trying invocation, stares into space, out the window, at the world. It's all one biosphere.
Martin.
And Dreyer makes it all physical, the overworld too. Events separated in space. He unites physically by rhyming motions across cuts. Her fall propels them together. Thus earlier, her entrance rhymes with Anne's entrance. Later, Anne's motion is echoed by the maids. Absalom's thoughts of death
Vil livet begynde?
are echoed by Martin's.
Om vi kunne dø sammen nu.
God and the evil one are here. But God and evil may be us. A movie is psychomelodrama, mass psychosis.
Jeg ser dig gennem tårer.
Do any of them choose their beliefs and how they experience life? Said Dreyer, my goal is to reproduce the feelings of my characters, to seize the thoughts behind the words, the secrets lying in the depths of their souls, which is what a sculpture does, using body language, Dreyer sculpture in motion. Light proclaims the secret depths. Each of us exists in a fishbowl of our own sensations and emotions. Existence is barren for Anne. So when Martin arrives, Dreyer shows them separately, rather than sharing space in the same room. The story here is the impact of shots of Martin on shots of Anna. He enchants her instantly. She moves into the light.
Nej, han er lige gået for at møde sin søn.
Sønnen, det er mig.
Er I hans søn?
Er I hans hustru?
She's almost ravished by the way he sweeps off his cape. In cinema, emotions are motions. She begins to flirt, rhyming motions. Here are these rhyming shots again. A vixen-like, a witch-like quality comes into her eyes. The lattice background suggests intrigue. The light shadows on her face, her modeling within an aura of light that contains her, make Anna, and Dreyer people generally, fleshy, ephemeral. Here I am now, in this time and place. In a moment I'll be gone, and the place will stay. Anna believes she enchants Martin.
Martin. Jeg kan det.
Like everyone else in the movie, she seeks to impose her dreams on the world. She's not so different from Marietta. Women never evoke God in this movie. They dress for combat. They impose their dream.
Skal dit skab ikke lukkes?
Anne.
Ikke tale. Ikke tænke uden på det ene. At vi to hører sammen.
Har du nogensinde set ind i Annes øjne? Har du set, hvordan de brænder?
Marietta's aggressiveness is in the colliding compositions. The camera jumps across the table each time. Each jumps like a drum. Bam!
Har du nogensinde set ind i Annes øjne? Har du set, hvordan de brænder?
Theological theorizing is a man's game. Their sins they ascribe to the evil one, and they give reality to their idol by sacrificing to it. Burn the woman.
Hun fik den straf, hun fortjente.
Ja.
Saying I'm bewitched him would be a perfect way for Martin to exonerate himself
Den ondes hjælp.
for having sex with his father's wife. And indeed he is bewitched by his own passion, by sex, by the world, by Anne's unattainability. His passion gives him no choice. And is not Anne bewitched? She's no defense against Martin's charms. She's totally vulnerable. So is he. Biology enspells them.
Kom. Kom herud til birken.
Light is enchantment, and soul seekers understand why horror proposes to love. They spin in their own spell. Does Anne choose this?
Synd. Er det synd at elske? Jeg elsker dig. Jeg elsker dig. Det er min eneste brød.
Yet she summons Martin. A child repressed, naturally she lights up at first discovery of herself, her power, her dream, her liberation.
Martin. Jeg kan det.
Anna is the movie's protagonist. Things are from her point of view, like the love story, and sometimes explicitly. And again here, it's all through her eyes.
Far. Far.
Hvad er det?
What are the soul's secrets that lead her all unawares to slink like an erratic spider with wind effects? Sure, if there's an evil one, this is how she'd do it. What soul's secrets drive her to ensnare herself in her dream, to strike Absalom from a distance?
Jeg tænker bare, om han var død.
To smirk at her power.
Der følte jeg, som om døden holdt min hånd. Jeg hørte ikke noget. Jeg så ikke noget. Inderst i min sjæl følte jeg, nu blev min død bestemt.
To kill him.
Jeg ønsker, at der er sådan en døds.
Does she know why she acted so? And Martin, who is far from being the toy Anna mistakes him for. Martin, who storms into her at night and seduces her into fields.
Kom her ud til birken.
Can he say later why he acted so? And Absalom, also enchanted by Anne, can only wonder afterwards why he acted so.
Og jeg har gjort dig stor uret. Jeg spurgte dig ikke, om du ville være min. Jeg tog dig. Jeg tog dine unge år. Den uret kan jeg aldrig gøre god igen.
Each character chooses power to gain happiness, ends up committing murder and being destroyed. And only evil wins. They're all ensnared in a chain of dreams.
Og alligevel, hvad er vanvid og hvad er fornuft?
What is madness and what is reason? Good movies show us how multilateral truth can be. But people seek certainty. Writing, we see, creates a fact. Objects make thoughts solid. The task of objects is to embody the inner worlds of the people who live with them. Dreyer uses the tick of a clock to anchor objects in time, because motion is emotion, and because it's over time, even years, that objects embody us. The tick is constant, but louder or softer or imperceptible, depending on Dreyer's use of it. It can create suspense.
Har du set noget til Herlevs Martha?
The tick is silent as the scene starts, then loud for suspense.
Nogle levende.
Time weighs. Again, no tick at the scene's start. Then a rhythmic tick that makes their exchange musical.
Er det sandt, at du sparede hende for at få mig?
Dømmer du mig for det?
At du var god mod mor? Nej.
Men
Var du også god mod mig?
har jeg ikke været da en god mand?
Jo. Men spurgte du, om jeg elskede dig?
Du var så ung. Et barn.
Jamen elskede jeg dig.
Det er underligt. Det har jeg aldrig tænkt på.
Nej, det har du vel ikke.
A dreadful tick at the end. In time, objects also impose beliefs. Putting words into documents gives them independence from us. Clothes impose conduct. Witches' herbs cure.
Bare det nu må hjælpe. Det gør nok.
Anne's needlepoint captures Martin. A tree augurs our future. Church and crucifix tell us how to feel toward life, suffering, and death. Their solidness validates our attitudes. Like costumes and posturing, objects impose power. Endless rectangles. And the cross. Objects become sacramentals, linking people to the overworld. Objects become idols, which we make real by sacrificing to them, and thus ensnare ourselves in chains of our own dreams. The good pastor's hand bestows more elegance on glory than on God. Anne's confession is an insane parody of male idealism.
Her jeg har myrdet dig ved den ondes hjælp. Og ved den ondes hjælp har jeg lakket din søn i min magt.
Her rectangularly structured life got swept away by Martin's fling, which ignited an impossible dream which could only burn as objects reduced them to mere silhouettes.
Martin!